I love coding. I love the idea that a few lines of code could create a great app. And there is no doubt that it is going to be an indispensable skill for the future. But the recent viral ad campaign targeted towards the children to get them to learn to code got me thinking. Is coding so important that children should learn it at the age of 6? Howdy Homo sapiens, this is Solo Swamiji. Hope all are having a good day. And here I am to express my views and opinions about coding in general and edtech industry. The term coding has a specific definition, but for the sake of this video, I am going to use it as loosely as people use it today. The need, popularity and importance of coders or programmers has been increasing steadily since the advent of the computers. And it has seen an exponential growth in the past few decades. It has helped in the growth of almost every industry possible, and there is a high chance that every electronic that you hold has a piece of code in it. There is no doubt that the future is going to be built literally and figuratively with the help of codes. So does this make it right to compel the children to learn at a young age? Well, the answer is not as simple as we think. There are 4 major points that people who support this put forth. Young minds can grasp any skill easily. Coding assists in cognitive development. It is an indispensable skill. The future is going to be built by people with coding skills. These are the strong points that people use to defend their view, that is, the children should learn coding at a very young age. But now let's talk about the reality, that is the Indian education system and the Indian household. Well, there is nothing new that I could say about the Indian education system. Almost everyone has ranted about it in every available platform, in every other mode possible. And we are yet to see the impact of new education policy in the education ecosystem. We must note that the NEP highlights the importance of coding and promises to integrate it with the curriculum. But a major problem arises when we speak about the Desi households. Indian parents in general are exam, marks and result oriented. If a child gets 95%, there is a good probability that he or she will be yelled at for losing those 5 points. The parents tend to pressurize the kid even when the syllabus is light. With this mentality in mind, imagine a student learning his or her regular subjects along with a lot of extracurricular activities, coming home in tired and sitting in front of coding classes. Put yourself in the shoes of that kid. Would you be able to do it? Add to this the parents nagging. If a child fails to grasp a concept, the parent will simply yell at the child saying, "I have spent so much money on this, work hard." A 6-year-old should not be working hard. He or she should play hard, run around exploring with their own curiosity, wasting their time. Yes, I said they should waste their time because children are the only group in the human species that has the luxury to waste time. A 21-year-old can work hard and learn to code to develop their career. But a 6-year-old need not work hard to acquire a skill which they may or may not use. I am not against children learning to code. I personally know a lot of children who learned to code at a very young age, but they did so at their own curiosity and out of their own interest. We Indians have a tendency of saturating a trending field. The best example is engineering. Lakhs and lakhs of engineers pass out every year, leaving other fields unexplored. And very soon, coding is going to follow this trend, and there is going to be a major dip in the unexplored areas. Speaking of learning things, the tech sector has started to proliferate the education sector, turning it into edtech sector. This seemingly new industry's origins can be traced back to smart boards. The industry is still young but has seen evolution like no other industry has. While I don't disagree that technology should be integrated with traditional schooling, the magnitude must be carefully assessed. There are startups that provide their customers with tabs that, in their own words, potentially could replace coaching center or even schools. I believe this to be a problem because a child is being given a technology beyond its age, and which is worrying is that the technology is addictive. A child getting addicted to mobile phone is a different topic, but that addiction can be cut down by indulging them in different hobbies. But imagine a scenario where a child's basic education is dependent on technology. In that scenario, there is almost nothing you could do to de-addict them. There is a reason why I am bringing both of these topics together. A few years ago, I read an article that stated the children of Silicon Valley employees do not use any tech gadgets. This comes as a shock because Silicon Valley is the place where groundbreaking tech is being invented on a large scale. The article even mentions that some children in some households are banned from using any tech gadgets, or at the very least there are some limitations set. Mark Zuckerberg even prefers that his daughters not use Messenger Kids, a product from his own company Facebook, but rather they go out and play. And this kind of tech curfews is very common among the group of successful people which we band together as the elite 1%. This reminds me of a saying among drug dealers: never get high on your own stuff, and technology is no exception. I'm not here to judge if coding or edtech is good or bad. That is for you to decide. Instead of focusing just on your children's future, focus on their present. Spend some quality time with them. You don't have to accept their opinions, but if you put in the effort, you'll get to know their needs. Today is Vijayadashmi and there is a high chance that you are going to enroll your kid in some new class. But think twice before doing so. I'll end this with a quote I read online while researching for this topic. Your child can code, speak multiple languages, be proficient in math, and do everything that a top A grade student can do. But if he or she fails to understand the basic of human emotions and human values, the former is of no use. With this, I wrap up. Love all unconditionally. See you soon.